Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Vannin and you have joined me here on Satisfactory. Since the last stream, I basically spent the weekend pottering around, doing a few bits and pieces within the wondrous world of Satisfactory. So what did I do? Typically, not a lot of what I said I was going to do at the end of the last stream. What I very much did was play around with chain lines, as I kind of quite like playing around with chain lines, to be fair. It's quite fun. I enjoys it. So let's come out here. This actually surprisingly took virtually no time whatsoever. So I will show you that in a second, and I think I've now absolutely nailed how you go around corners. Corners confuse the living daylights out of me for so long in this game. So I used to build right angles, used to build way further than I needed to, so I could then line it up with a right angle and all this kind of stuff. And I didn't need to, I just needed to do the cornery thing. So remind me and I'll do the... Well, I did this. This is one of the things that I did. So, I have always wanted to build an underground kind of thing. Coming into a train station, having an underground kind of thing. And I've learnt from this one, I probably won't do it like this ever again. Not that you can really see what's going on, but I will explain it in due course. So you'll have noticed on the thumbnail, if you've had a look at it, this. So basically this is how you come in. So you'll come in on the train line and you'll come down here. You'll be slightly taller than what I am. But come down. Now you guys have all seen this if you've been watching. May have lost the signal, but don't worry, it's all automated. Who cares? You turn in, and that seems to be a bit of a glitch. Wildcard, not wildcard, coffee stain. You know it's bad as wildcard. So yeah. So you come in here. Here is the train station, and pull up. And you stop, and then the thing does its thing, and then off we go again, and then we come in here, and then we go up here. It's all very exciting, isn't it? Completely requires commentary. We come up here, bounce, bounce, and then we can go left, or we can go right. Now, how do we go left or how do we go right? I hear you all say in unison. Done that thing again where it just glitches and does nothing. Right. We come up it so you can see this one here. So that eventually will go out and it'll go to... I have decided, I have made an executive decision, and up here, where there's tons of oil nodes, I'm going to make the power station. So I am here, and it'll come along here, and then it'll go down, and I'm going to do some kind of a turning slopey thing. It'll be brilliant. You just watch. It'll be awesome. Anyway, yeah, up here is going to be Power Central, and that is coming very, 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 very soon, because I spent a long time up here over the weekend as I found that I'd run out of power. So I had to go up here and I had to do the second side of the power, and then I had to do all of the water. We'll go up and have a look at my handiwork there. But I was being an idiot, as I very often do in all forms of my life. And I didn't power certain things. I just decided not to bother powering it because apparently that's a thing. But yeah, so yeah, I'll go down that way. But how do we do this? That is really off, isn't it? I've just noticed that is really... I'll have to redo that. I can't possibly have that. No. Right. How do you do... like junctions? I should probably do this as an actual proper video. We got loads of views for it. For ages I couldn't figure it out. So that'll go like that. And remember, I did the whole thing where I said the magic number is 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then that works perfectly fine. Then if I come over here and attach that one to that one, now a train can come from down there all the way along, or it can go into there. But we have train line over here. So that needs to come all the way over like that. That one needs to come all the way over like that. I need to go to the other side. And that one needs to go like that. And then I need to delete this, fall to the floor. And then if I make another one of those, there we are in organization somewhere. There we go. Lookout tower. We climb up. And now you can see you have your junction. Now, do I have enough computers on me? I don't. That was a mistake. That needs computers. That doesn't. So, block signals. I need stuff for that as well. For the sake of what we're doing now, I will click off the build cost. So, the golden rule for a junction is a path signal in and a block signal out. So in other words, all of your exits. So if I come down here, there's an exit. Over here is an exit. And then here is an exit. And then what we need is we need the path signals on the entrances. And then we are all good. So if we come up here, so we have our path signal. So that's going to say whether this line or this line up to where the block signals are. So block signal there, block signal there. That line there and this line here, it will say whether there's any trains on it. It also as well will... no, actually I'm lying there. So that line and that line is one block effectively, and that path signal there controls whether a train is allowed on to there or there, depending on what this or this says. And then just the same, so this block signal here, it's that line and that line, so those two together are one block. that one are one block because of that. Because of that one, and that one. And this one over here is that one and that one. And they get their information from the block signals. As far as I'm aware. I could be very wrong on that one. I think they get them from the block signal, or the block signal stops it from going further. Is possibly what it means. I don't know. But I know this. Block signal on the way in. Path signal on the way in. Block signal on the way out. Very important. Now, why is that block signal flashing and that block signal is flashing, but this block signal is not? The reason being is this has some train track on the other side, and down there is a path signal. So this section of track, so like this is all considered to be one block. These are all actually one track as far as the signal is concerned. We come all the way down here, and there is a pathing signal right there. So what trains don't like, they'll still be able to run, but what trains don't like is for you to not have all of a track. So for instance, if we filled out the rest of this track here, so we wanted to be able to, so we filled out all of this track here, and we decided that we were going to build our central storage down at the end of this line here. Yeah, so down at the end of this line here is our central storage, and we wanted to take all of the stuff that was being made in this factory up, out, down to the central storage down the bottom there. If we continued both of these lines, so this line and this line would go up there, and we'd make another junction like we have done here, goes up there, and then it goes right. There's no way of going left because we put the track down but we don't finish it off, just like over here. So the track is laid for the junction, but we haven't taken it anywhere else. So down the bottom there we do exactly the same thing. So you can't go left. You can go right though. And then we take it down, and then we make a train station down there, and it's all filled in. That will work 1000%, but it will only be able to do trains from here to there, and that'll be it. Won't be able to go further down because there is no other track, and there is no other station either. So there's no station to tell it where to go. It's like a road that just ends. It stops. Can't go anywhere. But yeah, just because they're flashing like that doesn't mean that the train line, you can't be able to use it. This one here, if we then take the track down and we do a junction like this, and because this will go from a block signal to down the end there will then be a path signal. This will go like that one there. So it'll have the green tick, and if there's a train on the other side of it, then it then has like a red cross, meaning that you can't go any further. I think it's a cross anyway, or yeah, something like that. Red summit. And that will then stop it from going any further. So that's how that works. And I hadn't really thought about doing a train thing. I'm going to make a video on trains. Because I sort of understand them. Like, as I was saying, the path signal gets its information from the block signal. I'm kind of going, I don't think it does actually. Because the path signal looks at what's on this side. Sorry, this block signal You know, one day I might actually write some stuff down and then read off it and then be all dyslexic and then read it wrong. um, yeah, this reads what's on this side. Basically reads between this block signal and the path signal down there. So if there was a train in here, that will then go red, and basically you wouldn't be able... This train would literally kind of go stop. And then, if a train was coming the opposite way and wanted to go on, it's supposed to let you. It's supposed to let the train go on. Because it knows that the train can get down this way, but it can't get down, like, it can't come this side. Like, if the train wanted to go into there and there was a train here, then it wouldn't let it in. In theory, it should let it go down this line here. In theory. I don't think I've ever done it to test it out. Maybe I will. As a thought, let's make a train video. Not now, though. But you've got the same thing in here. So you come down here, so you're coming in. You can go straight on, as if you're going to go to the desert. Or the train could chug along into here and then do its thing. And put all of its bits and stuff in here. Haven't really designed much thought on where stuff goes. Or how you get out of there is kind of what I was actually musing about. Is how would you get out of there? Because I ride the trains an awful lot when I play this game and I have a train like network. Because it's one of the fastest ways of being able to get around and do stuff. Apparently hyper cannons are broken since update 8. So hyper cannons are, if you don't know what they are, I've never managed to actually get these things to work, so I'm no expert on them at all. But effectively, you have a hypertube thing with a doofer on it. Then you have another one with another doofer. Maybe going the wrong way? I don't know. So you have like a few of these going along. And then you have one of them with its thing. And you do something like that. So you have this repeated, like going along, and then you come in at this end, boom, and then it fires you through there, into there, which then fires you, fire, and it kind of like multiplies until eventually you get shot into this one, and then that points you up in the air, and then you go like miles and miles and miles and even more miles and a few more miles. So yeah, that's hyper cannons, and that is like the fastest way of getting about in this game, without a shadow of a doubt. But I've never been able to figure them out, and make them work. And apparently they're now broken. So yeah, let's ignore that. What else did I do? I started getting all artistic and creative and such, and started to make like a control room. I ideally would like to try and get all of the power hooked up in such a way that I can come and turn some bits and pieces off. Now, why do I want to turn bits and pieces off? At this stage, and also in potentially in the future. Well, if we look at the power, I've now increased our power, so we're producing 3,600 megawatts. And the capacity is 3,600 megawatts. Max consumption, though, is 3,803.1 megawatts. So basically, if I turned everything on, I'm going to use more power than what I'm currently using. Which ain't good. So, we need more power. Because Captain Sensible here decided that he was going to make a pure iron factory and didn't take into consideration that he might not have the power for it. I've never played with pure iron. I've never played with any pure factory before, and I wanted to. So, oops. You live and learn. So down here we did filling bits and pieces in, and I've done a bit more. I've got a... What's that for? Oh yeah, I know the reason why I've got that. I don't need any more though. So, I've expanded it, and we've made a bit more. Why are you red? Wow, apparently I can't fly at all. Got no power. Why you got no power? Got no power because I didn't hook you up, that's why. That'll probably make us use even more power. Tip top. Way forwards. Right, I've added more constructors so we can make the copper sheets, and we're going to make an absolute buttload of copper sheets, and I also made this longer. And I have added in smelters in order to smelt the copper, and I've added in smelters to smelt the caterium. More things that aren't powered. Yay. And you're not loving the other person. Any of you loving each other? Down there. Right, that'll probably shoot us completely over the top. Never mind. So, the caterium that I tapped over the weekend, again, I've done like lots of little jobs, but they're very time consuming, and I'm going to go through and show you what I've done, but they take just a lot of time, but they don't look like much. So this entire row is caterium wire. So, unless there's something that's further down the line that I don't know about, I probably have more caterium wire than I can shake a stick at. In fact, I'm actually starting to wonder whether I have belts sufficient enough to actually like do anything with this caterium wire. There are some alternative recipes for computers. Up we come. So this is currently heavy modular frames. So alternative Caterium computer. So rubber, quick wire, and circuit boards. So you need 105 quick wire per one. So I'm in a dilemma because I got really excited about having a computer factory down there. So I set up the train line for it. However, now I have that and I have the Caterium here and I have a lot more space here, and I'm going to be making the doings here. I'm going to be making the circuit board, and again I have I can make it with silica, which I have silica here, and I have copper sheets here, or I can make it with plastic and Caterium wire. Probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to make this with the silica and the copper sheets. Why? I'm making copper sheets below us, and I'm going to be making silica here. And right now I don't need a lot of silica at all. In fact, I need silica for absolutely nothing other than to make pretty glass walls. So I've got the raw quartz coming in, and I just need to refine it and then do something with it. I also have raw limestone. I need to do something with that as well. So I am probably going to extend out, as I have the ability to extend out. Well, it's a game. Do whatever you want. So I'm probably going to extend out and look at building like the quartz bit, the refinery for the quartz, and also the other bit. I'm going to stick like a wall up around these bits to like kind of like box it off. I'm going to do something much better with the power. I haven't quite worked out how I want to do it, or more to the point, how I'm going to be able to do it with the room upstairs. I need to start building like a factory with like a central tower to it, I think. Like a central point that I run all of my... I sort of tried to do it with this, so maybe I'll do it with this. So figure out where that room is. I think it's up there somewhere. And then bring like my mains electricity in from wherever it's going to come from. So I've kind of got it as being there at the minute, I think. And then stuff connects underneath. But I had thought about making like a stairway to take me up the top, but actually I think I'll sack that idea off. And then if this is where, which I think it is, I think that's where it is, I'll bring like that, the power for there to here, power for there to here. And then basically on this, so I say it's this wall, just be like, and then organization, it's too big. and be like that. So then have everything. So the power comes up, blah, 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 blah. And then it, boom, goes up the top. And then you've got the power bit there. And what I might even do is, I don't know, doesn't need to be. So maybe I do it like that. And then have it there, blah, blah, blah. And then on this side, so if I did, yeah, they are where I think they are. Power. So then it was like that. And upstairs will be like the main power room. No, it's not. Where is? Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. So then we can like bring it all up and then have it all connecting into all of these, and this controls all of the power. And then if I do the same thing with like the lights, so I could have like a light control, and this one does like the refinery bit, and this one does the constructors or whatever. Because I'm going to have more lights to various things. And then we have the train station level. So if I go through this one, right now this literally comes to in here. I'm going to have to figure out a better route for the train station line and some way of it being a bit more open. Because right now it's literally all self-contained. So the only way into that right now is through that entrance and the other entrance. Or that exit and the other exit. Depends on your point of view. Or we stick like a door or something in here, but this is my like little plan for getting stuff in and out. So do I, because I'm going to bring the foundations through this bit as well, like the foundations, coated concrete. I'm in the way. So then if I delete that off, could put a barrier across there. But walls, if I choose that. Wallage. Yeah, I like that. And I never did the same thing on the opposite side. Architecture and want a road barrier. I'm in the way again. Get rid of the road barriers. And I did not want to delete all of that. And they are not even in the right place anyway. But that will allow me to do this. Foundations. Change that to code concrete. And then do that. So that corner's just knocked off a bit. And that works. Should be there, doesn't it? I don't know whether the barriers actually look better with them being there or not. But if I then put like doors, walls, one of them, hold down control. So then it's slightly sunken in. Yeah, I like that. So I now have a way of getting from one to the other. Hopefully not getting run over. Yeah, it's definitely not seen on that side. Yeah. I like that. Then we do something like this, where we do this wider open space. We'll yeah. Oh, I think I like that. Do I prefer the concrete floor though, or do I prefer it like this? I think I prefer the metal, you know. Yeah, I think I do. Anyway, that can be changed later on. So, that then begs the question. What do I want to do over here? Because for those who have been hanging around or watched any of this beforehand will know that I'm wanting to put a computer factory there, but we've now come to the unanimous decision that we're going to make a computer factory in and amongst all of that, because that's where we have the ingredients for it. So, yes, we do have a train line, and yes, we could bring the Caterium over to here. Or we could go and take a look at what we have over here and then make a decision on that. And I must get rid of all of these damn crates. Drive me insane. Right, let's head over there. I'll show you the basis of the train line. And I'll show you how to do corners. Because I've only just learned how to do corners. So if I've just learned how to do corners, I may as well show you guys how to do corners. do hope you're prepared to learn how to do corners. If you're not, start getting prepared. It's ridiculously simple, and it's really annoying me that I found it this hard. So gameplay, I'm going to go to the... Oh, still in no build cost mode. My bad. Flight mode. Resume game. Right, flight mode. Okay, if you want to turn a corner... Actually, being in the no build mode thing for doing this would actually be rather handy. Right, so we want to go around a corner. So I'm going to place down a block of 3, like this. All we need is one of these. Now, if I want to go right, I need to place this on the left. So I place it down like that, press and hold control. He says, right, so go to attach it, click it once. No. Why are you... I have no idea why it is now doing that. Because it's not supposed to. Because you can see here, all I did was place it there. And now it wants to jump around. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't understand. Why, game, why do you do this to me every time? You did this with the blueprints, and you're now doing it to me with this. Don't be like that. Okay. I'm going to turn off the no build cost and see whether that's causing an issue. Why you be like this? This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. No. Well, I have no idea why this is doing this, and it's spoiling all of my fun. Because effectively, all I mean, you don't even need to place that one down. Go in the bin. You place down the one, and then you go to place down this other one. So hold it in place, hold down control, and then with your mouse wheel, you literally just alter the mouse wheel, and it'll turn it each time by 10 degrees. Why this is not working, I have no idea, but it's almost as if I turn OBS on and it's just like, hey, yeah, you watch. You think you learned something? No, you haven't. make you look like an idiot. And you can see here, so these are the original foundations, and then this one here is then turned by 10 degrees. And you can then see the base edge of this, how it then cuts in. And with the metal, I've not seen any like Z fighting or anything, so I'm pretty confident with it. So if I then place that down like that, really wish I'd stopped doing that, changing position so fast. I end up confusing myself. God knows what it's like for you a lot. And then, so with train tracks, this is another tip that I've learned. And this is trial and error. When you know you're going to do like turns and stuff, place down some like properly fixed positions. So like I did there, so I place this section down and I know it's dead straight. So that's perfectly centered on that line, and then perfectly centered on that line. So I know that's completely straight, and again, the same one on the other side. And then what happens is when you're doing a curved section and it's between two perfectly parallel pieces, then you get a really nice curve, and you don't get any strange wobbles in it. So again, choose the bit that I know is going to be straight. So I know this from doing like train stations where you've got your train line coming down and it needs to go into one, an offshoot, and doing those 3 bits. Yeah, MP, I'll give it a try. I'll take the flight mode off in a sec and try that. How you doing? And again, nice simple curve, so that's not gonna cause any issues there. Turn off the flight mode. Turn off. I'm good, thank you very much. Let's do that. Nope, still bouncing. And I don't know why. Highly annoying. We move on. I shall figure out another way of doing corners, or hopefully they'll come along and say, sorry, we broke something and we now fixed it. So, I don't know. Anyway, so I did another corner up here, and I did it ever so slightly different just to give myself some more oomph, but not quite as harsh. So it wasn't like I didn't do it twice. I didn't do a 20 degree. I did 2 10s with 3 foundations in between. And this is it coming up here. So a thing with trains that I've seen kind of like in real life, they tend to not like too sharper turns, and in Satisfactory they don't like too sharp turns either. So you can see here 2 10-degree turns with 3 foundations in between gives us a nice sweeping curve and got us where we needed to be without it being too like hellish. So again, I do wish that there's a mod that I know loads of other content creators use, and it basically allows you to control the sky. So stopping it from becoming daytime, stopping it from becoming nighttime, basically. And I do wish that they would, the mod maker would catch up for Experimental 8. I understand why they're probably not going too hard. The Coffee Stain, the company that makes the game, they are all on holiday apparently at the minute. Come on, autosave. Do your worst. Autosave in this game, or certainly in Experimental, I have noticed is rather vicious. This is very nice. So, what do we have in this area? We have a copper node. We have a couple of iron nodes. They're pure. We do have oil. We have oil and we have water. So what I'm actually thinking is the oil that we have currently being used to make our packaged fuel, we make here instead. Because you make so much packaged fuel, it's ridiculous. Like, I know for a fact I'm sinking so much packaged fuel right now. So why don't I just make the packaged fuel here? Because if I remember correctly, it's like 2 or 3 normal or impure nodes. So we've got 3 nodes here. And this dude. Normal. Freeze. Impure. Your thoughts are impure. So are yours. Right. So, if I production, oil extractor, and I don't have any motors, because, of course, why would I have motors? going to throw you out because you're getting annoying. Wait, hang on. That's annoying as well. Why did I throw away all my cable? Because I'm an idiot. Let's change this recipe. So that's 20. That makes 10. That makes 20. That makes 20. 20 and that makes 40. So if I made this one 40 per minute. Oh, there's a normal here. And there's an, oh my word, I'm going to be making all of the stuffs. So that I don't have to go running back and go and getting that stuff. Making you suffer. Oil extractor. What? Because that's flight mode. No build cost. Let's try that one. Right, you make 120 per minute. So that's 360 oil per minute. So 30 divided by 360. 360 divided by 30, 12. So you'll then make 12, so 12 times 40. 12 times 40 equals 480. And then, so 480 divided by 30. 480 divided by 30. So 16 of these bad boys will be needed. And then I'll be making 60. Glad you can do maths, MP. I can't. Well, I can never get to write it down. So 60. So that's 60. 60 times 16 is 960. So we're making 960 packaged fuel here. Yeah, let's do that. And then out of the... I'll be making 20 polymer resin. What do I do with the polymer resin? Does it go into here? No. How do I make it into plastic then? Residual plastic. Ha ha ha. Polymer resin 60 per minute. And we'll be making 20 per minute. So I'll then be able to make some plastic as well. Sweet. But what would be more beneficial to us, making plastic or making packaged fuel? Power. So because of the fuel, I could then unpackage it to then burn it to create power. And then I wouldn't need any... Eventually I'd get to a situation crude oil makes heavy oil residue. So this makes heavy oil. Heavy oil goes into here. Heavy oil and water. So need... And we're doing that one. Heavy oil residue and water goes into packager. Heavy oil residue and water goes into here, and then you then put the water in fact, and then I have one of these then unpackage the fuel. So oil goes into there, spits out plastic snot, and plastic snot and water into plastic. Heavy oil residue goes into there, packaged water goes into there, and that then spits out packaged fuel, and then you put that into the packager, but you make it do the unpackaged thing, and then that spits out the fuel, and then we do that, and then that then goes into there, and then that burns the fuel, and then we get the powers. Okay, so we've gone from this going to be a computer factory to this actually is going to be a plastic slash packaged fuel slash power station. Hey, Hurricane. So, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I'd love to say I have a plan, like in anything. It just goes out the window. Right, black liquid into power and plastic. We're not going to make rubber though. Got enough rubber. We do have beasties running around. They may need to die. And I need to get back up there. What I need in a situation like this is a step ladder. I thought I was going to grab onto that. Clearly I didn't. So, we sort of know what we're going to do down here. Sort of, he says. That's actually not a bad idea, because then I've got some more power already being made, and that will boost up, and that'll give us a bit of a bonus to, well, probably... How much does the power do induce? Or produce, should I say? 150 megawatts. Pretty good, you know. So it belts out 150 megawatts. How much fuel does it use? I have no idea. What was it in this that I didn't have? Production, oil, no, doofus, oil. I'm going to turn that thing off, otherwise I'm... Why are you writing mommy anyway? I mean, that's disconcerting as well. Oh yeah, I did another one of those curvy things there. What was that? Oh yeah, this is the two of them. You got the left hand turn and the right hand turn that did the two 10-degree turns with the 3 foundations in the middle. Because that makes all the difference, you know. Right, I need to know how... Yeah, 10 degrees. Ah. Not see you hiding down there. Needs power. Of course you do. Oh, hello. That's what I needed. Walk through me. I'm fine. I don't mind. Boom. Power. Biomass. Don't need screws in any shape or form. Yeah. And what are you? Power pole to there. Turn back on. What? Oh, you only make 30. Oh, you suck. You can get there. Yeah. Needy what? Just what I wanted. Oh no. Let's head home. This is the reason why I have like a car thing. So that I don't have to like do this running about malarkey. If I remember correctly, I drove the car thing into the basement of the factory we're running towards, and that's where I left it, and then I built around it. So, yeah. Because of the way signs work, with doing off light and stuff, I wonder if I could... no, I'd need to do the pillar thing, wouldn't I? Organization. Well, we could do that. If we had any crystal oscillators, that is. And then... and have that all lit. Rather good. Where am I going? Oh yeah, over there. It spits us out here. Right. Power. Fuel generator. I forgot I got those tickets. Do I still have a thing set up? Don't know what I do. Special. $13. I must have one somewhere then. I must be at the steel factory. That's where I've got them set up. Still need motors. If you were motors, where would you be living? I think they might be over here. Nope. 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 Need to make motors. We are motorless. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, you're wrong, but you're not wrong. Foundations. We have all of the foundations. This is what we like to see. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Still got 13 to go. Well, that's used the majority of that, hasn't it? And I'm going to buy one of those. And we now have 2 left. And I can put that in there. And we've got that, and then we've got that. And if I do that, then I can then put this in my hand. And now watch the amazing cup as I bounce around and move all over the place. And the liquid never leaves the cup. And hopefully you're all very dizzy now. I'm going to stick you in there. You in there. And now we don't have any motors. We are making motors somewhere, aren't we? I think. Oh, we are making motors, aren't we? We're making them at the... Oh, yeah, there's... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Before we go any further on this path of lunacy. Flight mode. Resume. Right. I needed to bring all of the Caterium from over there to in there, of which I have done. Look at this. So that wasn't the most difficult thing in the world. Organizing all of this. Stop freezing. This took a little bit of time. Organising all of that. I didn't want it so there was just like belts running over from there. So they do run underneath of here. But I did want some belts kind of like running in and stuff like that. So, yeah. So we have limestone from there and from just around the corner there. Got quartz coming in from down there. I had to rerun the electricity a little bit. But the thing that has eaten up the majority of my time is up there. So let's head over to that and I'll show you what I did up there. If I needed more Caterium as well, there's a pure node right there. And I've done it before where run it across like that and then in. But I already have an insane amount of Caterium. I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to use at least like some of it. Okay. So, this is the power plant, the coal power plant. And finally, all of the little lights on here are all green. Because I have the buffers and stuff like that. So, good thing about the buffers is that they will keep on keeping the water pressure up when the water pressure kind of starts to drop. So the blessing when you get the 600 pipes is obviously you've got capacity of twice as much water in the pipe compared to what you had before. So rather than having a 300 pipe, you now have a 600 pipe. So we will come down here. Now, I only actually need 18 water extractors, but I have 20. The extra 2 just puts you over the top, and yeah, you get the occasional ones kind of like stopping for a couple of moments. You should have enough water all the time. And the mistakes I was making was like not powering like an entire section of water extractors, not powering pumps, and so forth and so on. And it was driving me insane trying to figure out what the problem was and where the problem lay. In the end, I got it figured out, and now it functions and it works. So I now have them working. There is a slight design flaw that I made up here, and that is they should have been in the middle, but they're not. So basically that one is the only one that should be where it is. Sorry, that one and that one. These two or whatever should be on this side. And it does bother me. It does bother me quite a lot. So these are not symmetrical and they're not in the right places. But it now works, and it's now pumping out the 3,600 megawatts of power that we can now see here. And it's not all over the place as well, so it shows that adding the extra 2 water extractors means, and also putting in the big containers for water extractors, just means that they are always topped up with water. And I left them long enough so they were all completely filled up with coal. So I then don't get any interruptions in power. Might use a little bit more power, but oh well. In my opinion, you move so quickly from coal to oil anyway. Then, you know, it doesn't really make much of a difference how much power you use on the coal power plant. I just enjoy doing them. So, need to make, I've got a train station here, and I've been playing around with it going on a loop. But then when I got over to the iron factory, I don't know whether I have enough space to do it. So I might just need to do a push-pull train, but then I don't know whether I have enough space here to do the push-pull train. As is, well, I might do, because I won't need to bring out the from this side. So actually, yeah, I probably do have enough. Could nudge this over more to then put another one of those on this end, so it has a station to go to, and then it has a station to go from. Which then means I only need to run the one line, and that is not it. Blueprints, trains. So I will then have my monorail blueprint that I can then utilize, and then run the monorail up through here. I don't need to worry about spilling anything out of this cup, because this is a magic cup. Yeah, so I don't have enough room to have something going on a loop. It'll need to be a push-pull. And yeah, I'll put it here. And then have everything from here leading into this. And then this can then just go backwards and forwards. Taking stuff into there. So, because before I can turn that on fully, I need encased industrial beams and I need steel pipes. So I need to have the stuff from the steel factory here coming over to here. But I also need to finish off the encased industrial pipe up here. For me to then, yeah. So there's 20 concrete per minute. How much concrete am I actually producing? MAM research done. No brainer. 6 additional slots. Thank you very much. Please come again. So this produces 15 a minute, 30, 60, 90 per minute. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Because I need 20 per machine and I produce 90. Much frustrate. So 2, 4, 6. There's another 30. So that's 5 then, isn't it? That's how maths works. You're positioned very badly. Is that centralized? Is that not central? That's not even remotely centralized, is it? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't like you. This industrial pipe uses 20. What does I use? 30. So that would require less, but then it uses the beams and you don't make as many beamage. Okay. Nope. That one. And then that one, I only want to make 2 per minute. And then that takes 10 concrete. And the other ones take 20. And there's 4 of them, and then 1 of them, and then that makes 90, which is how much we do downstairs. So then all we have to do is get that stuff from downstairs to this bit, and then we're all good. But I made a mistake. Because I need there to be a floor. Or do I just like the... No. Answer to that is just no. Nope. Walls. Oh, look at this. I've got all these new walls. It's fancy newness. Yay, maths. You keep missing the S off the end. Because maths is more than one. I actually watched a video on why Americans say math and British people say maths, and they successfully managed to make a 30-minute, 45-minute show or documentary and not actually come to any conclusions whatsoever other than it could be this. It also could be this. We don't actually know. Brilliant. Awesome. Thanks very much for giving us absolutely nothing. Cheers. Made me laugh. Everything needs more U's. There is a surplus of U's due to you lot taking all of the U's out. Yeah, that long. 30 minutes, something like that, to tell us we have no clue why Americans say math and we say we say maths. Yeah, just for S's. Okay, so apparently I ran out of that. Fortunately, I'm making concrete. Freedom units. But the big question is, how many freedom units are there in a centimere? That is the billion-dollar question. I'm not converting that into pounds. On the topic of intelligent debates and conversations, if you'd like such a thing, then feel free to join the Discord. You won't actually get any intelligent conversation, but you feel free to come and talk to a bunch of idiots. Link is in the description. You click it, you arrive, and then you say hello. So if I get rid of that, and then do says expired. Well, that's rather irksome. Give us a minute. There is the link to the Discord. I did not realise that they run out. Apparently the longest they last is for 30 days. Unless you are a community. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sweet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So I'd run them individually then. Do we have the roofs yet? No, we don't. What do we need to unlock then? To get them. And how many screws? Perfect. Quartz. Radar tower. Yeah. So the latest update that just came out, which is on experimental, which is where you can see that red banner in the top left of my screen. So the way the Satisfactory do their game, so it's still in alpha, but they have two stages of the game. So they'll come up with a a new patch, so a new update. So we're now on update 8, and then they will then release it to begin with on their experimental patch, which is basically saying you're now in an alpha stage of an alpha game. Because this game, like, they could probably release it like now and it would still be like a really cool game. People would really enjoy it because I have loads of fun with this game. But they've decided that they wanted to take it to Unreal Engine 5 as opposed to leaving it on Unreal Engine 4. And they haven't charged people any extra for the game, which I think is really cool. There's been a couple of little teething issues. So one of the things is that they have Lumen in the game. So the video thing, the thing that gives you the better light and stuff like that, I have it turned off. Because if I have it turned on, then my game is just toilet. Well, one of the things they said when they brought it out was like, you know, turn it off if it is rubbish. It didn't particularly like if there was already stuff in the world. It preferred being like started from scratch, which if I'd have known that, probably would have just started from scratch rather than I think I'd built this building or was just finishing this building off, and then the experimental 8. There was enough things in the update to make me want to play that update or this update. Some of the things being these power towers and the power switch. So the power towers, they traditionally, whenever we've been like going from one place to another, we've been chucking down power poles and then getting the old power line and then going from one to the other, and it's normally about 12 foundations that you can go, whereas the power tower, which is considerably bigger, and it has a connection down the bottom for 4, so you can spur off and you can make a small power thing, or you've got 3 connections at the top for another power tower. There's 2 types of them. One has the walkway around it and the other one doesn't. But you can go considerably further with these, and these are obviously designed to go across different types of landscapes and stuff like that. That was one of the things that I wanted to play with in this. Another big thing is we got blueprints in the last update, I think. So this is the blueprint designer. How much difference? It's a bit sharper. The game itself has always been visually stunning, so how much more they could really do on that. And I've not seen Lumen shown off at its best. I've seen 1 or 2 high-end content creators that have absolute beasts of machines, and they're still complaining that there's like low FPS. But this is a game that doesn't need like masses of FPS anyway. And that does look really good. Like really, really good. Like when you go into a factory, like now, like if I went back to that big iron factory or into the one below, they're still quite light. You know, if it's bright outside, then it'll be bright inside-ish. You go on to one that's got Lumen fully turned on, and it's pitch black inside. Pitch black. So you really do need to use lights. Belts, for instance. Logistics. Like belts on the side here. They have lights on them, and in Unreal Engine 4 we never really noticed them. Unreal Engine 5 you are now noticing them. You have lumen turned on, and these things really do pump out some, half decent light. So that's the bit that I can really see. Between Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5. And I know Unreal Engine 5 allows them to do an awful lot more, but most people are still learning because there is a difference coding wise between the two engines. But water looks better. So water over there looks more natural. Looks like it has more movement to it. You wouldn't have really seen movement. It was just that the artists were really good that gave the opinion of movement, or the impression of movement. It's a lot more hazy. That's like the world itself. Like you've got the smoke and stuff, and then over in the background, all that stuff over in the distance looks better. And it's allowed them to do some different things to do with how the map is sectioned off and how much of that section loads at any given time. So I'm probably about to brutalize this, but in Unreal Engine 4, like a whole square would have to load in, including all of the assets and stuff. Whereas I believe with Unreal Engine 5, a smaller amount of that can load in. And for instance, say there's this square that I'm in right now, and there's like 6 nodes over there, but I can't see, and there's no chance of me seeing from here. They won't get loaded until I move physically closer, and then it'll then start loading stuff, that kind of stuff in. That's what I understand, which again might not be me understanding, but it's they do better things, resource management and stuff, and when they're fully optimized, I understand that they use a lot less computing power. It's supposed to be a lot nicer on your system. Which is nice. Either side? You joking me? I place that there. What does that do? Puts it on that side, but I like that. So my settings. They're all on ultra. Pretty much, apart from I played around with the anti-aliasing stuff, so I just changed stuff until I felt it looked and felt better. But yeah, the foliage load distance, I think that's got like very fast cinematic. I knocked it right down. Previously I played on ultra and everything, like changing this stuff doesn't seem to have an FPS change. It just has like a visual change. They have some other bugs, like the pauses that you see. They haven't said whether they're connected or not, but they are aware like that there is these pauses in the game, and obviously it's something they need to rectify. They also have like a VRAM issue where it's not dropping the contents of the VRAM. So sometimes you actually have to restart your machine before it will actually do that, or at least restart the game. But it's the risk that you playing on experimental, and I wanted to just play with the new stuff. And I don't really mind like when most of the games that I play are like alpha, so it doesn't really bother me, to be honest. I get a little bit frustrated from time to time, but like I've been playing Star Citizen quite a lot, taking a little bit of a break from playing it. But even the bugs that I'd see in Star Citizen, I could work past a lot of them and deal with it. So yeah, I don't really mind like if games are a bit buggy. Kind of used to it. Played Ark for God knows how long. That one. How am I going to get the other one out? if I do 3, am I then going to have the same issue as I had before? That ran into there. I am, aren't I? So let's do bottom. And how much does this produce for? Not a lot then. Wait. Six. That makes all the difference, that. An extra 2. Wait, I was right. Did have it on the right one. Donut. And with that being so minuscule, put that on thingy belt. Right. That's a Mark III. Mark 1. That's a Mark 2. So I'll just do a splitter coming off of that that one. Cheers, MP. Thanks very much, bud. Look after yourself. These all need to be Mark 1, really. Apart from that one. I think. $140, which is what? So it is a Mark 3. I was right in the first place. So that's the first steel factory done and dusted and complete. I'll probably make another steel factory over in the desert because there's a bunch of steel over in this bunch of coal over here. Because you can actually make a coal power plant down here, because there's a load of coal here and a load here, and there's tons and tons of iron in the desert. So I'll make a big steel factory over here. Can you tell I'm tired? And I may even convert the coal, but I may just leave the coal up and running up here. Because it just adds to how much power we have. So I think we'll call that a stream, I think we'll leave it there. We finally got the steel factory finished. It was not one of the pictures I put up on the thumbnail, but that's so like my brain. These are the things I might do, and I do none of them. I think the next step that we are going to do is we're going to skip turning on the iron factory, and instead what we're going to do is we're going to go and do that new plan of that little thing over. Go and make some plastic over there. Yeah, I think we'll go over to there and make the plastic over there. And more importantly, we'll make some packaged fuel. We won't make a huge amount because we don't need a huge amount. And then we will go and we'll start. So we'll make where we were going to do the computer factory. Instead, we're going to make packaged fuel, but then we're going to unpackage it there, the majority of it. We're only going to keep a little bit of it, and the majority of it we will unpackage, and we will create, and we'll create our first little power plant there using packaged fuel. So we'll package the fuel with the water, and then we will unpackage it. And what will end up happening is that the packaged fuel, the containers will then go back, and then the containers, eventually we won't need to make any containers. So we'll make some containers to begin with, so that it can be packaged, and then the unpackager will unpackage it, and then those containers can go back into the loop. And basically you'll just recycle your packager. And then we'll burn all of the packaged fuel, and we'll make a bit of plastic, and then we'll ship the plastic back to we'll ship the plastic back to this factory here, because we're going to utilize that plastic to make. Don't have them, so I'm going to have to go inside and show you. But there is an alternative recipe that we have found, and that alternate recipe allows us to utilize Caterium and plastic along with circuit boards. Do you need to figure out a way of getting up here? So, alternate Caterium computer, which is 7 circuit boards per minute, 28 Caterium wire, and 12 rubber. So we'll make the plastic, and I suppose we could make rubber as well, could we? Sod's Law. I'll make one of those. But I do have a buttload of them over here. So we're going to make the one that gives us the most amount of, 3. So that's the resin. And then we can also make rubber as well. We can make residual rubber. So we might need to do the other one. We may need to do that one, you know, and have less less fuel burning. I mean, it is only a very small little thing. And then we've got the residual plastic and the residual rubber. Because 28 per minute. Well, it's 105, so we need 45 rubber. We need 26.25 circuit boards. But we do need plastic. No, we don't need plastic, do we? We just need silica. So we could do a combination of rubber and plastic from over there. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do copper sheets, which we already have a bunch downstairs that once we turn that on, the copper sheets will be coming up here. Need to work out how many copper sheets we're going to be making, to then how many of these we'll have, to then know how many circuit boards per minute we're going to have, to then work out how many manufacturers with to make computers that we'll do. And then we'll have like a start off computer thing, and then we'll look at seeing if we can find a location where we can get, you know, find quartz, Caterium, because I'm fairly certain there is a recipe. Yeah, so I've got a Caterium circuit board as well. So quick wire and plastic. So if we found close to an oil node where we have oil, Caterium, and quick wire. Oil, Caterium. That's it. Oil and Caterium. I know a place as well where we'd be able to do that. There's Caterium on one of these nodes here. I think it's that one. So I think there's a pure Caterium node there. And there's a load of oil here. And we're going to be making rubber and plastic up there anyway. The other location is... yeah. There's oil down here. And there's quick wire up here. So there's a long way to get the quick wire to it. Oh, and we also need silica, don't we? We also need silica. I think there is silica down here, you know. That might be a thing. So maybe we'll look at making like a big factory there. And I'm almost certain. So typical me. It takes me 1,000 years to like log off. Pure Caterium. So, and we've got tons of water over there. So, yeah, I think that's a much better, better idea. We are going to make a computer factory down here, utilizing this Caterium, utilizing the plastic and rubber that we're going to make in here. And then all we need is we will need some quartz. There's got to be some quartz in there somewhere. Got to be. Well. So, next stream for Satisfactory, we have a plan. Whether I'll stick to it or not is a different matter. So we have a plan for next stream on Satisfactory, which will be on Friday. Wednesday, we'll chuck in a bit of Diablo. Diablo 4, see how we're getting on. Apparently, Orican wants to like come and show me how to bear at some point. Because apparently I don't bear to his like standards. So I got told off. Bearing wrong. Not sure how that's a thing, but apparently it is. So at some point he wishes to educate me on how to bear properly. Rude, I think, but you know, such is life. Anyway, until then, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all of those good free things, because they are free and they do help me out massively. Helps me grow and helps more people come and watch and all that kind of stuff. New link for the Discord is in the description. I will now attempt to make sure that the new link for the Discord is in the chat. It's not in the description at all. I will go in and alter the one that's in the description, I think. I didn't realise that they run out. Who knew? I mean, anybody that read what it says would know, but that's beside the point. Anyway, until next time, take care of yourselves.